Now, somebody that didn't have the same reaction as Lupita is Jim Carrey.
Oh, Jesus.
He said Will should have been escorted out of the Oscars and he would have sued him. Here's the clip.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore. He doesn't want the hassle. I'd have announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. You know, that insult is going to last a very long time. If you want to yell from the audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever, you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words. It came out of nowhere because Will has something going on inside him that's frustrated, and I wish him the best. I really do. I don't have anything against Will Smith. He's done great things. It cast a pall over everybody's shining moment last night. You know, a lot of people worked really hard to get to that place and to have their moment in the sun, and it was just a selfish moment that cast a pall over the whole thing.
I don't want to make everything about race. I don't. But I feel like how Jim Carrey would handle something and how somebody with our background would handle something is totally different. And I laugh when people say he doesn't have the right to attack him off of just words, where I haven't lived in these experiences. When I look back and watch Martin Luther King just speak words and they beat the crap out of him and locked him up over and over and over.
Words have power.
Where police will pull over somebody and just because of words.
Emmett Till died over words.
People will lose their life. So you can't go, over just words. But I get it. You know, I'm not faulting Jim Carrey for this point of view. That's his point of view.
I am. He's a hypocrite. So I can pull up receipts. Y'all know how I do. A bitch loves a receipt. Back in the day, Jim Carrey was at the MTV Awards, and when he won an award, he walked up to Alicia Silverstone, who was the girl who played the main character in Clueless, and tried to tongue kiss her while accepting his award and sexually assaulted her on camera.
That's creepy.
She shut down and physically freaked out because this white man's tongue coming at her freaked her out while she was trying to give him the award.
But that was funny to him.
No, it was funny to him, but it was
Exactly.
sexual assault. That same night, he tried to do the same thing to Will Smith. So are you mad that Will wouldn't let you tongue kiss him? I need y'all to realize, also, he was under investigation because his girlfriend committed suicide and he was implicated in helping her getting prescription pills. You need to mind your business, okay? You have your own problems. Here's the problem that I have. Every single person who is talking about Will Smith has bigger problems than a smack. Twitter has basically been saying, is this your man? Because you're talking a lot of snap for people who have these kind of problems. Same thing for Zoe Kravitz. Zoe, I love you. We have the same loctician. Look at us, we're cute. However, sis, mind your business.
Stay out of this.
Because you're the same person who back in the day in an interview said that you found Jaden Smith attractive at 14 and had to fight your urge to sexually assault him because you realized how young he was. Woo! Now you want to talk shit about his daddy? Girl, stay in your goddamn lane. Everybody who's talking about this slap has done something 10 times worse. You're all hypocrites.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, there's that.
Jim Carrey got a...
Yeah, Jim. And then he said,
mind your business.
This is no longer the cool club.
So when it was racist and sexual assault, it was cool. But black rage is not cool. Oh, okay, bad.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I would say this over and over again. I don't feel like what Will did was right, but let's not act like you don't understand where this is coming from. And let's not act like, oh, he's supposed to be this representation for all black people around the world. He's not. He's Will Smith. And honestly, he's been doing a pretty goddamn good job up until this point.
And he's also, again, I'm gonna bring this back. In all the receipts that I pulled, and I can pull more, but I don't want the show to be too violent because I'm usually a nice one. I feel like because Jason's not here, we're being extra froggy.
No, I'm like, you're going in.
I just want to point out, for those who were like, oh, we should never use a white man being bad as an excuse for a black man being bad. That, first of all, some of you guys are not cultural critics. There's a reason why we get paid to do this, because we're paid to have nuance. Stick to your day job. What you're doing is a false equivalency, right? Saying that rape is bad, whether it's a white man or a black man, is very different than saying a black man having a moment where he's physically overwhelmed by anger is not the same thing as a white man doing the same thing and not being punished. Will Smith is still to this day the only person who has ever apologized. And so this is not about accountability. I'm gonna keep on saying it. It's about punishing black people for doing half of what white folks do without being checked. No. And that's why I think every black person who was disappointed in Will Smith, you can be disappointed and still fight for his right for him to be treated equitably. There's no precedent for what the Academy is doing. They're making an example of the only person who's ever apologized, and that is racism.
Woo! That's right. I mean, honestly,
Poor Damage. He's like, I just want to slap.
it's not even poor. Because, like I said, the slapping it's going to be something we're going to be talking about. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are tired of talking about it, but I feel like we haven't gotten to this context.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people are missing so many points about this. What Will did was wrong, okay, but let's not try to punish him and demonize him like people haven't did far worse. Now, Jim Carrey, Tony Rock, it was a lot of people. First of all, the whole world, people that don't even speak English is talking about this slap. But one man stepped up to the plate to talk about this, and it was Kevin Samuels. This is
what does she want?
This is what he had to say.
One question, Will. Did you have the same smoke for August Alsina? Inquiring minds would like to know. That seemed like more than a G.I. Jane joke. Emasculated entanglement syndrome, people. This is what we've been preaching about for the longest.
Yeah, it was more than that joke. It was. Here's the thing. Everybody wants this animosity towards August Alsina, right? They're like, oh, he didn't do that to August Alsina. Mm-hmm. Here's the first thing. How do we know Will is that angry about this August Alsina situation?
They had an arrangement.
There's a lot of projection in that. It's how you feel like he should have did that to August Alsina. Here's another statement. When August Alsina said that, he was speaking his truth. So now, should he have kept it quiet? Maybe. But he was speaking his experience. He's allowed to speak his experience. He didn't lie. He didn't make a joke. He didn't belittle nobody. He talked about what happened in his own real life. He has the right to say that. You don't have the right to shut him down. But then I'll say this. People go, oh, you didn't do that to August Alsina. I haven't heard a word from August Alsina in 2 years? I haven't heard nothing.
That's what the point I was going to make. The point I was going to make is August Alsina was the beginning of this. So the amount of grace that you have at the beginning of a 2-year stint is very different than how you feel 25 months of being clowned. You guys don't understand how mental health works. We all, and it's hypocritical of us, right? As Black people, as brown people, as people of color, as women, as LGBTQ, we're used to the first time we hear the joke, we turn the other cheek, we show grace. The third, fourth, 50th time, we show grace. After 2 years of being the punchline, I think August Alsina, if he'd been on that stage, would have got slapped too, to be perfectly honest. This is not about the who, it's about the when. I've been getting clowned and having you guys talk ill of my manhood and my marriage and my family and maligning me for 2 years. And what's so crazy is people who can't even have a debate with me in the shade room comment section without crying are sitting here judging a man who's held his composure for 30 years. Mm-hmm. So you held your composure for 30 years and you finally snapped. And folks who couldn't even hold it for 30 minutes are condemning you. I'm gonna keep on calling hypocrisy. Yes, August Alsina got grace 2 years ago, but in 2022 of things, Will Smith is tired.
But there's so many differences between, and the thing is, it's like, because the average person will be mad about this entanglement.
They have an open marriage.
Who's to say Will was that upset about it? And once again, August Alsina spoke about his own personal life. And then another thing is, August Alsina didn't make the statement in front of Will's face, in front of his wife. He did it
in front of all their peers.
He did it states away, hours away, during a press conference. Who knows how Will would have reacted in that moment? Yeah. Would he have hit him? I don't know. Because honestly, I don't really know how Will feels about that. I know everybody's like, oh, we seen him on the red table talk. He was crying. Honestly, you don't know how he feels about that situation. That situation might not mean anything to him, or it does.
It's the embarrassment. I'm going to always say this because I know so many Libras. It's one thing to have a conversation when you agree to certain things in an open relationship behind closed doors. But as a man, when you are publicly shamed and embarrassed, that's what I think he was crying about. He was embarrassed that a private arrangement between him and his wife and third or fourth party got out in a way that was demeaning and also demoralizing and also corrupting 3 decades of hard work. That wasn't just about August Alsina getting his penis wet in Jada. That was about him feeling disrespected as a man. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really intellectually dishonest of us, especially girls like Kevin Samuels, to act like we don't understand that. Honey.
But once again, I haven't heard a word from August Alsina in years. Yeah. So when people say, oh, you didn't have that same smoke for August Alsina ain't retweeting this. You don't see him posting nothing. Something happened. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, pause got put on him, but something happened with August Alsina knows not to play into these narratives that people are using his name. I'm sure he has 1 million mentions right now. There's 1 million entanglement.
There's a million movies called Entanglement on Amazon Prime all of a sudden.
There's 1 million mentions of August Alsina after the slap. I haven't seen one retweet. I haven't seen nothing from him. Clearly something is happening. Y'all need to start respecting Will's gangster. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh.
Y'all keep talking about, oh, he ain't do nothing to August. You heard from August? Anybody heard from August?
August is out here.
I ain't heard August since 2 Augusts ago.
August is out here doing Pilates with his turban on, looking at the sunset.
And this ain't nothing against August, because I feel like at the end of the day, he spoke his experience.
Yeah.
Was he corny about making a song about it? Yeah, but he's an artist. He was trying to make a little bit of money.
Dude.
He knew it was over after that. He said, I got to
track.
put something out.
Is there anything else happening besides Will Smith? 'Cause I feel like I'm getting like the slap fatigue.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a show called the Slap that I'm currently watching. It's very funny and relevant, but go ahead.
No, you're right. I'm tired. I'm glad. I think this is going to be it for us.
Yeah, I'm never mentioning this again.
But it was so many points we had. It's still more to talk about, but we're going to let it go. We're going to let it sizzle for right now.